Beloved heart, I invite you to sign up to my mailing list, and as a result of signing up, you will get a free gift. It's a 5D rebalance tune up of all these chakras, and chakras are my specialty. So I would love to gift you with this transmission that is filled with light language and codes to help you stay balanced and tuned up during these increased frequencies of energy of this ascension, this new earth frequency. So check out the links in the notes of this show. And I look forward to connecting with you. I am sending you love. This is the transfiguration of the new you. Hello, beloved. Welcome back to another episode on my podcast. I am your host, Monica Bermudez. And today we're going to talk about time, the new energies that are coming in right now for the new earth, and what's going on with time. Why does time feel so different? So have you noticed that time feels different lately? Since the Lionsgate portal, many of us have been feeling that time is no longer moving the way it once did. And it's as if the linear structure of time, the ticking clock, the days, and the neatly lined up just doesn't hold the same meaning anymore. At least that's how I feel. Think about it. Have you ever been in a deep meditation, right? And found that 5 minutes felt like an hour, or maybe an entire afternoon could have slipped away, and it felt like only moments had passed. That's what I mean when I say time is becoming non existent. So, in this episode, I want to dive into the mystery of the quantum time and why minutes can feel like hours in deep meditation and vice versa. How the shift from slower pulsating density of the old Earth, into the faster vibrational fields is accelerating in our experience of reality, and what it means to live in a field of energy so supercharged that time dissolves. Insights from conscious scientists and physicists who are now discovering that our experience of time may not be as fixed as we once believed. So this is more than a spiritual insight. It is a lived experience of moving into this quantum now, quantum moment. And stick around to the end, because then we're going to do a guided meditation as well, and also provide some of the journaling tips of some questions for this as well. So I want to talk about the way time has been feeling, especially after the Lionsgate portal. Like leading up to the Lionsgate portal, things were moving super fast. And post Lionsgate, it just seems that it didn't slow down, but it just shifted into something completely different from that point. It was a major turning point in many of our individual lives as well as in the collective. So definitely time is no longer linear. In fact, time has never been existent, right? It really doesn't exist. It's just that when we lived, in these different density experience here on Earth of the old, Earth structures, time felt more linear in that way. So what is meant by linear and non-linear? Linear means something that moves in a straight line, so they're step by step with a clear beginning, middle, and end. When we talk about linear time, we mean the way humans usually measure time, right? Past, present, and future, they're usually separate. And that's the way linear was always seen as. So one event follows another in a straight sequence, just like, links on a chain. That's how it was. So, for example, 8 a.m. comes before 9 a.m., and yesterday happened before today, childhood, adult, and old age. That's the linear model of time most people live by. But in spirituality and the quantum physics of things, time isn't truly linear, it's non-linear or cyclical. So that means that past, present, and future can all exist simultaneously. And time can feel stretchy, fast, and in some moments slow in others. We can loop back to heal the past or pull into the future realities through intention. We are stepping more into this, non-linear field of timelessness, or just non-linear. And I am actually very excited about it because I kind of like the pace of the new time and the way it feels more in that flow state for me. So if you feel like, your days are blur, stretch, or collapse into moments, you're not alone. Together, we'll explore how to align with this new rhythm of timelessness and embody the shift into this quantum consciousness. So what's happening is this. We're moving out of an older Earth frequency that pulsed much slower and into this quantum field of energy that vibrates so fast. Think of molecules, electrons, and all of those just pulsating and moving so fast because that's what it is. And they're generating all this energy. And that's why so many of us call it, high frequency or high energy. So beyond, it feels like it goes beyond even the speed of light. So that time collapses. So in this supercharged frequency, time is no longer linear, it's multidimensional. So this is why your experience of time might feel stretched, accelerated, or sometimes even dissolved. You may find yourself saying, where did the day go? How did that week disappear so quickly? Or you may feel like a single hour was packed so much experience and expansion that it felt like a full day. And it's not just a spiritual perspective. Many conscious scientists and quantum physicists are exploring this and finding it to be the case too. They're beginning to acknowledge that what we call time is not fixed. It bends, it flexes, it behaves differently when we step into these altered states or higher dimensions of consciousness or faster pulsating frequencies of density of energy. So, what does this mean for you? It means you're learning to live in the now, in the present moment. In the quantum field, the present moment holds all possibilities, an infinite amount of possibilities. Past, present, and future collapse into this one infinite now. And honestly, it always was in that present moment. But this now, with our consciousness expanding even more so, is becoming much more clear in awareness. And when you align with this timelessness, you open yourself to miracles, synchronicities, and manifestations happening almost instantly. So as we continue to ride these higher pulsations of energy in 2025, you may feel your relationship with time shifting even more. My invitation is don't fight it, flow with it, lean into the timeless now, and allow yourself to experience life as a quantum being. We are no longer bound by the old clock. We are stepping into this quantum creation where time serves consciousness, not the other way around. And I'll share, personal experience that I had with some of the time glitches lately. One of these nights I woke up at 1:59 a.m. exactly on the clock. And I saw it switch in that moment to 2 a.m. And then it quickly shifted back into 1:59 a.m. And then it went quickly switched back into 2 a.m. But it was like a very quick, back and forth. And so I looked, I thought maybe my clock is broken or something. So I looked at my phone to see what time it said, and the phone, of course, said the, exact time. So that indication was, there's a lot going on there that, I'd probably get into, but there's a lot going on with time right now that is very fluid in that way.
Unlock your limitless potential with the monthly multiversal circle of creation. This sacred quantum manifestation ritual will awaken your inner power and connect you to the successful versions of yourself across the multiverse. Clear blocks, amplify your creative energy, and set powerful intentions for abundance, love, and possibilities. activate your galactic aspects, recalibrate your nervous system, and manifest your dreams with cosmic clarity. Available in person and via Zoom. Join us for this transformative experience today.
So, some of you may be experiencing this as well, and I would love to hear those comments if you are. And I had posted this on TikTok, and I got many comments of people having similar experiences as well with these time glitches. So it was really fascinating, and I really appreciate the stories and the shares from others and their comments as well. So I now invite you to some journaling prompts about living beyond linear time. And this will help you connect more to your multidimensional aspects. And you may pause, at some of these questions and just re-listen to this, as you desire. So getting into this journaling prompt, if you have something to write with, just to get you like thinking and moving, into this more of this awareness and consciousness. Number one, how has my experience of time shifted recently? Do I feel it stretching, collapsing, or dissolving in certain moments? What patterns do I notice? And so this will also help with, being aware of like the choices that we make and the timelines that we find ourselves in, the reality that we're in, and what are the, lessons that we are learning from certain timelines that we find ourselves, if we find ourselves in a reality that does not feel so pleasant. So this will help us also, tap into these other timelines of, that we hold within ourselves as well, to step into our highest timeline, and the one where we are embodied within our own abundance and wealth and, all aspects of our life. And so that is, how we also start to collapse our own timelines too. The ones that, if we are to quantum accelerate ourselves into these quantum lessons, that we're able to collapse those timelines that are not needed anymore and able to step into these higher timelines of your purpose, of your divine purpose, and what you come here to fulfill in many ways at your soul level, and also still live in joy, because we are meant to be living in joy as well. Pain and suffering, being a martyr is no longer the thing. It may have worked, in some of these other time frames of like the Renaissance and all these other like the um, Middle Ages, the dark Middle Ages. But now we can just rewrite those stories in a different way that has, a better ending. So number two, when do I feel most timeless? So do you find yourself finding, more timeless during meditation and your creative flow and your, when you're in nature or in dream time? And where does the time seem to disappear for you? And the last one is, if past, present, and future all exist in the infinite now, what future reality am I ready to call into being right here in this moment? So, and now I want to invite you to this guided meditation. Again, you can always come back and re-listen to this as often as you desire. And the more you do so, of course, the more that you connect with that timeless moment and the timelines, within yourself. Um, so take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth or your nose. Allow your body to soften, your shoulders to release, your jaw to relax. Close your eyes if you can, and imagine yourself sitting in a field of infinite light. There is no ticking clock, no deadlines, no rushing, only the soft pulse of the universe, surrounding and supporting you. Feel into your heartbeat. Notice how it carries its own rhythm, your own cosmic timekeeper. And as you breathe with your heart, allow yourself to drop into the present moment, where past, present, and future merge together into one infinite now. Imagine before you a golden thread. This thread connects the you of the past, the you of today, and the you of the future. Watch as these three aspects of you begin to glow and then dissolve into one radiant light. You are whole. You are eternal. You are timeless. Take another deep breath. And in this space, ask yourself, what future reality am I ready to call in right here in this present moment? Take another deep breath and just listen. Notice what arises, not from the mind, but from the heart. And as you gently return, wiggle your fingers and toes, grounding back into your body. Know that you carry this timeless presence within you always. And when you're ready, open your eyes, bringing with you the remembrance that time no longer rules you. You are a quantum creator, living in the eternal now. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If this resonates with you, I'd love for you to share your own experience, because together we're weaving this new reality. And I will catch you in the next episode.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like, save, and share with others so they can also experience what you just experienced. And stay tuned for some more high vibe episodes. And I'll be connecting with you in the next quantum field. Sending you so much love.